welcome back to Altknots for another day here in the Yarn Dungeon, where I am all about showing the world that crochet is killer. I have a brand new bag of yarn that was sent to me by Hobbii for a very specific reason that we're gonna go ahead and bust into, check it out, play around with it a little bit. If you follow Hobbii on pretty much any of their socials, you might notice every once in a while there are challenges that happen, I wanna say pretty much every single month. If not every month, it happens quite often. Like last month, there was a hashtag bring on the summer or bring on the springtime, bring on the warmth, the sun. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna bother me. I wasn't even close. Hashtag here comes the sun challenge. I was in the right area with we're all tired of the gray, murky weather and snow and cold and everything like that. So we wanted to bring the sun. Anyways, I was in the right area. So last month it was all about bright, bold colors, intense, just pack as much happy energy as you possibly can into a project. This month's theme was to go ahead and create a summer garment. Cardigans, tank top, crop top, shorts maybe? I don't really know. I haven't gotten that far, so that's why you're here with me today. We're gonna chit chat about this, figure this out, but create something like that that you could wear during the summertime that is inspired by your role model. Now this is something I had to sit down for a little bit and think about, because honestly I have so many role models in my life, right? We have a lot of role models and you could go so many different directions with this. So I kept coming back to this one person and I was like, okay, this is it. This is like in the forefront of my mind. I absolutely have to do this, create something inspired by this incredible human. So the person that I am creating this entire garment inspired specifically for is the iconic Elvira, aka Cassandra Peterson. If you've been hanging out with me for a little bit, that probably was not a shock in any way, shape, or form that I would create something inspired by Elvira, being as last Halloween, that's what my costume was. So I crocheted her entire iconic dress, the very flowy all black dress where the bottom has almost spider web feel to it, very low cut. If you know, you know. The yarn in here is meant to send inspiration to go ahead and create this project. Now you can probably guess one of the colors that I chose, obviously, right? There has to be a black yarn. There absolutely has to be. Should I just dump it? Let's dump it. I'm gonna move my coffee. Woo! Okay, there is a lot. Let's start with this one. The line that I chose from Hobbii is called Kind Feather. This is one that I have not used from them yet, but I was very interested in it because it's 100% premium acrylic anti-pilling. Especially for summer, I love acrylic anti-pilling type of yarn. Cardigans, this is what I'm all about when it's the summertime, it's hot, everything like that, and anti-pilling is totally a must. Their colors don't have a name, they have a number with it. So this is color number 30. I'll pull it up on here though to see what it's actually called. Color number 30 is called black. Sometimes it has a different name, so I just wanted to pull it up just in case. Let's read the back here. 100% acrylic. It's suggesting a 4mm crochet hook, which is definitely ideal for summer type of wears. My first impression of just feeling this is it's not gonna get heavy either. No matter what stitch you do, I don't think you could make it heavy. It really is super, super light. It's gotta be 100 grams, right? Yeah, 100 grams, 250 yards. Oh, they have a little thing to scan on the back of it. Let's go ahead and scan it. Let's see what that brings up. It goes right to Shop Hobbii. Okay, let's click it. Perfect. Shop Hobbii, and then it pulls it right up. That is fantastic. I'm pretty sure that's new. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. No matter what direction I go, I know that I'm gonna need a little bit of black yarn. Again, refer back to Elvira. Some sort of black yarn has to come into play. Second color that I chose though is this one. Again, for obvious reasons, black and red. I just love this color combo. This is color number 8 and it refers to dark red. Yes, I'm very excited about this. Last color that I chose, and this might seem kind of out there being as I have black and red, and you're probably like, okay, that's fine. Let's just go that direction. But there is one more color that I saw in here. Total beautiful slimy green yarn. Now I haven't tried this under the black light yet to see if it glows, but it is super, super slimy. Let's see, what is it called? It's actually just called light green. So there are two greens in this line, and right off the top of my head, what I'm thinking with these color combos is I want to go ahead and create a crop top. That is one of my favorite things to do in the summertime, crop tops and cardigans, because I like to layer. So if I have the base of a crop top, I can put, honestly, I could use this one. I have a whole closet full of cardigans. Just layer up on it. That way, if it's super hot during the day, we have the crop tops, and then a little bit chilly at night, I can still wear it, but we just go ahead and add more layers on to stay cozy. So I want to do a crop top that has a little bit of pop of color in it, but is still lacy. Like a solid base with some sort of, maybe the mesh stitch or like the diamond stitch over top of that. Okay, there is a couple other things too. This one is wool needles. It came with a 3-pack. Their yarn needles in particular are some of my all-time favorites. So let's get this. I don't honestly have any wool needles. This is gonna be so nice. I'm staring right up there. I have a bunch of Hobbii yarn, wool yarn in particular, that I've been using to felt things. If I can, come on, shrink wrap. We have a 3.3 millimeter, 2.8 millimeter, and a 2.3. So here's the biggest one right there. Look how freaking nice that is. And here's the smallest one. This is gonna be so nice. It's wool needles, so I'm definitely gonna try this on some of their wool that I have, but that's the one thing. Okay, there was something else here too. Candy. Hobbii candy every once in a while comes in there, which is kind of a fun find. And we have 10-piece woven labels. Oh, this is so nice. They're already like pre-creased. I'll hold it open here, but it just says made with love. Whatever direction I go with, I'm definitely putting this on, because then it just folds over and it looks like that. This fabric looks like it'd be easy to sew through too. Now I just need to actually pick a direction, which is honestly the hardest part when it comes to creating a new crochet garment, for me anyways. I'm gonna start with the concept of a colored band for a crop top and then lace over top of that. Again, just for the front. We'll see how far I get today. This yarn is just really soft. It's honestly everything that I want for a summer type of yarn. The anti-pilling, you can see there's not a lot of fluff that's coming off of it since it's acrylic. Another thing that is kind of essential for me when I'm making summer wears, I don't want a lot of fluffy stuff sticking to me if I'm out in 90-degree weather with 100% humidity. That does not sound like a fun time. I am a big fan of acrylic yarn when it comes to wearables, just because it holds up well and I can throw it in the wash and the dryer. Ooh, I didn't even look at that. Can I throw this in the washer and the dryer? Okay, wash, yes, dryer, no. Being able to throw it in the wash is just really nice though, because since this is a piece that I'm gonna wanna wear often, it means that it's gonna need to get washed often as well. That's just gonna save time. I should change up the hook that I'm using too, just to see if I like different hook styles, because this is a wooden one. It's working really nice. It's not pulling the yarn apart or anything, and it's light as well, which just goes along with the yarn. So the whole movement just feels very effortless. I got going a little bit with the green. I'll show you what I have. Honestly, not that far. Literally not that far. Because I got distracted by the red and I just wanted to work that up. So here's what I have for that. The drape is really beautiful. This is just half double crochet. Like I said, I'm just playing around with it. So who knows if this is gonna be the exact stitch that I used, but if you can kind of imagine crop top style. Obviously it's not finished. There's a lot more that needs to be done to it, but we're gonna do this, then messed around with the black and I did some mesh stitch. I'm obsessed with the mesh stitch, especially for summertime. This is my go-to. It's gonna go over top of that, and then it's gonna keep going up. So this will cover up the whole entirety of the color, but then as it works its way up to my neck, it'll just eventually be the mesh stitch. Maybe I'll make a choker that it attaches to then, maybe like crochet into some O-rings or something like that. Obviously, there's a lot more to go, but I have the entire month of May to figure everything out. So let me know in the comments down below if you're liking the direction. Which color are you liking the most? I'm honestly 99.9% sure that I'm gonna do both of the colors, but let me know which one you're more obsessed with. You can find this yarn, it's on their site right now. Again, I ripped the tag off of that one already and squished this one, but it's the Kind Feather. That's all down below. You can check it out. Just from working this a little bit up here, I know it's gonna be a staple for me. It's lightweight, it feels very breathable. I'm using a 4mm with this like it says, but I also feel like a 5 or a 5.5mm would be totally solid with it as well. Things like cardigans, I'm thinking that would be great with this. All right, ghouls, but that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, helping me kind of work this out here, figure out the way that I'm gonna go with this project. If you wanna make sure to see the entire process and also the finished product that I have, make sure you have your notification bell turned on so you don't miss any of the videos. Also, my Instagram is linked down below. Any of the behind the scenes photos, or if I decide to completely scrap this project and go an entirely different direction, you're gonna see all the nitty gritty over there as well. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a fantastically spooky day, and I will see you in my next video.